Hello and welcome to this edition of Big Sky 35 Saturday Chat, where I talk about the week that was, the week that will be, and kind of where I'm at now with my hobby goals. Last week, Saturday, showed off some cards. Love to do that. That's in my collection. I like to show off how I collect sometimes when I don't have uh, the the rarity times that we don't have something to discuss about in there in here in the chat. And I guess what? I got something to discuss this week, but we'll get to it later. Then Sunday night, me and Mike chatted with great discourse with the side chat. Uh, man, ended up having very good uh, uh, people in here just chatting it up. Always have great people in my chat. Just having great discussion starters. I hate saying I'm going to answer questions because I'm not the guru. I am not a self-appointed know-it-all. I will give my opinion. I think we know that, and you can do with that what you will. And a lot of times I think outside the box, but I think I come at it more viewing the big picture and how everybody is looking at it at their different views. I like to look at things at everybody's perspective, no matter dollar amount, how we collect, where we collect from, and just look it up. We had some fun. Not me not knowing a gentleman's name on the card thing. Influencer Jeff Wilson's channel. Some guy named Teapot, who I again watched the video after his video, trying to talk about how his thoughts were on the rookie base and why it just didn't make much sense. And I don't think he knows much about the history of the cards. He was talking about values, and I don't think he understood that. I'm not going to talk about values, but we're talking about the value of the card, and that's what he was talking about. But anyway, I think he misses the point of base rookie cards and how great they are for any collection and just what they mean to the hobby. Even to this day, I think some people poo-poo the base rookie card, but to the true collectors, we love them, and that's what I collect. I try to get the base rookie card of the bigger players. Uh, I don't need any of the numbered ones. I usually sell those, or the guys I really like. I've been hanging on some Gunners and Corbin Carroll stuff because I really enjoy watching them play. But other guys, I tend to sell them off after I get the base. I like to get an auto of them and a base card and kind of stick with it there. Because guess what? I'll talk more about this later. But when you collect a couple of guys that made rookie of the year, that's collecting history. And I'll talk more about that later because history's made every day. So we're going to go into me and my dad. Talk about this channel. Me and my dad just talk baseball Monday. If you haven't watched that, me and him are picking up more and more viewers every show. It seems like two guys that don't think we know it all or touch it. We are learning as much as we're talking because we look, especially my dad. My dad's ready for that show every week. He comes at it professionally. I come at it as a jackass that I am. And we just have a good time with it. And then Wednesday, very small stack. I previewed some cards that I was going to show on my other channel. I gotta promote. If you haven't seen this other channel, non-sports, I showed off non-sport slabs this past week. If you're into that stuff, if you're into non-sports cards, that's where I'm going to start showing them. because I think a lot of people are getting turned off by that on here, and I can understand that. This is a game, sports, baseball mainly, but other sports as well. And I know other people really enjoy my non-sports, and they've already subscribed. I think I'm up to like 4 now. So that's where that's at. Have a good time over there. Did show off a few items. I got that'll lead into what's going on today into my hobby life because nothing else after that, right? So I went to the PO box, my post office, to pick up my cards or anything that came in. Only I used to go almost every day. Now I go once a week because I'm not purchasing anything. Um, I go in and they know me there. They know me as my PO box. They know me. There's Scott, the Scott. Uh, hey, we're having an issue with your PO box. Didn't understand what that meant. I guess I've been not paid up for the last 6 months. Had no idea. They changed guys that were running the PO box, filling it, and this guy caught it, which is fine. I don't want to have anything for free that I'm not paying for. But I guess when they stopped it, stopped it in the system. They did hold stuff, but some stuff got sent back. The bad thing is I don't know what got sent back, especially through Tops, especially a video game thing. And I don't know if I'll ever see that stuff again. But one of the items was my last graded cards from Mike O with my completed 1979 Tops comics. Very upsetting. Got returned back to him. So I got to pay for that to get shipped to me again. And also on top of that, first time I think buying online for almost 20 years now cards. First time this has happened. Had an opened. I don't know if it was stolen, but do I give them the benefit of the doubt? So that's the package. That's how I got it. Soon as it was put in between, if you ever get the Tops fulfillment stuff, for some reason they'll mail 6 packages on the same day, and if it's 6 different things, I'll instead of putting in one package, they ship them all separately. It drives me crazy. But this was shoved in here. This is from ComC. Upper Deck does their fulfillments through ComC, or ComC does theirs because they want you to actually keep them on ComC to sell. I like to have these are cards I wanted in my PC. Some hockey cards from the Fleer Ultra set that they were running that I love. And then some AEW wrestling cards. A little disappointed, but nothing. I think it was like $10 worth of cards or something stupid. So nothing great or anything. Just, you buy cards for your PC. You would like to have them. So there you have it. So I had cards returned, cards stolen. It was very upsetting Tuesday. It had me down. Tuesday and Wednesday. Still not happy about it here on Saturday. I know this is something that's happened to, and it probably will happen to everyone in this community that buys cards online. It's just rolling the dice, and they don't have the company name on theirs. Tops does. It drives me crazy that Tops does that, but it does say fulfillment. So if somebody saw that and thought it was Tops, and maybe it was opened a little bit, and they just kind of finagled it because it's right across the top. Maybe it broke open and the cards fell out. Whatever. I don't have the cards, so it doesn't matter. So not a good day for me on that one. But you just move on. It's just cards. Buy some more. So we'll move to some things that are on my mind. Some deep thoughts. nothing that makes me angry or anything. Just some things that had me thinking. When you got those quiet times when you're driving in the car or using the bathroom, whatever you like to think. Uh, the first thing is some people are talking about burnout this week. And I know this time of year, holidays, baseball's just over. It's kind of in between. I know people collect football, but you really know playoffs, uh, mid-season. Season's just getting started for hockey and basketball. NCAAs are winding down, but not a lot of people watch college football. I think it's terrible what the NCAA is doing to JMU. I just want to throw that out, being a Virginia guy. Um, so, I'm a little confused, though, on what the meaning is. I wish they would have been more defining on what the burnout actually is. Is it the hobby itself, making videos, how the hobby's being done to you? I don't understand. It was kind of thrown out there, and then the people that were burned out were making videos 2 days later about pickups. Uh, so I'm a little confused on all of that, and I wish they would enlighten. I'm very selfish. I hate being confused. I hate to be sitting here and look at. Did I miss something? Did I watch it again? Because it's like I can understand burnout, but in the hobby that you're supposed to love, it's kind of hard to know where the burnout is coming from because I get burned out at work. If my hobby turns into work, then it's not a hobby anymore. It's just a job, and maybe I need to find another hobby. Um, and I, man, I love the fact that I collect all these stuff that's personal to me, players that I really, my world stops when Pete Alonso comes up the bat. Right, I just love going to ballparks. I love watching catchers. I love reading about catchers. I love Roberto Clemente's story. I love listening to my dad talk about certain players. I love baseball. I love, collecting it. Collecting it to me is an extension of that love. It's very personal to me. Star Wars. Grew up on Star Wars. Very personal to me. Video games. Big part of my life, of my family. Very personal to me. And these are things I collect or play or whatever. It's part of my life outside of work. So yeah, do I get tired of playing games? Yeah. But then I do something else. And then I go back to games. I don't throw them in the corner. Um, I don't really get tired of playing games. I just have to find the time to sit down, and I'm so stuck in the cards a lot of times. I'm playing a game and I feel like I should be doing something with the cards, and I'm back and forth. It's almost like making a schedule for my hobby. And I don't want to be that way. I don't want to, because my schedule is my work. I don't want to be restricted by it or, start making it, you know, where I got to punch a clock for my hobby. Uh, so I was just kind of curious on where the burnout was, and I can see it. But if I'm buying stuff because I need to finish a set, 1962 set, and it's not something that I really, really, striving for, that has those last few cars have no connection to me other than, yay, I finished the 62 set. I could see where burnout is. That's why I have not, man, I still got holes galore in my Mets flagship because I rather collect Pete Alonso. I rather collect my run of Johnny Bench. I rather collect my run of Clemente that I'm doing. They have more of a personal connect. David Wright, way more personal connection than getting the Rusty Staub 1982 Topps card. It just really does. And I mean, maybe that's not the same for everybody, and maybe the drive of being a completionist, but to me, that's like punching a clock. And I can see where that burnout would come. Um, that's why I stopped trying to get all the Mets cards because of every, basic set, flagship, heritage, opening day, whatever, big league. I stopped. I just want the flagship Mets and the few guys that I collect off the Mets. Pete Alonso right now before he leaves. Alvarez and Senga. And Alvarez and Senga, I'm pretty much staying with rookie cards. Brett Beatty, and they might have some more rookies this year that I really want to collect. Because I mean, this is where being a modern, and I hate using these terms, a modern day collector has issues. I love collecting David Wright. He always played with the Mets. Cal Ripken. Griffey didn't always play, or Frank Thomas, but I don't care. I like getting King Griffey with the Mariners and Frank Thomas with the White Sox, but I'll pick up the other teams as well. Mike Piazza, I try to stick with just Mets cards. But the modern day, this is where we do have an issue as these players do change. And I brought this up before with Syndergaard and DeGrom. I have a very big Syndergaard and DeGrom autographs back when autographs won't, you didn't have to sell your house to get them. So, and I have a very big both of their collections because I mean I was collecting them before. That was kind of before the boom, so you can get oranges and everything, and but anyway, I digress. So I'm kind of backing off a little bit on doing that and getting more of the guys that have retired, or just sticking with Mets cards. Because if Pete, I could just see me if Pete goes somewhere else. I love watching Pete. I think I'll still be a Pete Alonso fan. But if he ends up with the Dodgers, Cardinals, Yankees, I won't buy those. I won't pick up his singles. But open a pack and he's in there, I'll hang on to it. But I won't go after those singles. I don't think so. I just, things could change. I'm not going to say never, but it could change. But getting into that's where the vintage guys, I can understand. But if you don't have going back to the burnout, if you don't have the personal connection, getting these vintage cards, I mean, I'm trying to understand more and more why people, I mean, when a group of vintage guys comes on and pretty much says you're dumb for buying modern day boxes, I think most people will agree with you, but there is a entertainment. I mean, I'm sure there's entertainment that you fellas do that I might consider dumb. I don't know what packages you have on your, what TV shows or what movies you go watch or subscriptions or magazines come in. I mean, but when you sit there and this is another thing, gambling. It isn't. It is a form. It could be. I could see where people think it's gambling. But when I go really gamble, when I go to a casino, sit down and put my $2 into a machine, I don't have to get anything back, right? I could go to the craps table and put money down and not get anything. But when you buy a pack of cards, you get a pack of cards. It's just that simple. It might not be the card you want, but then you're being selfish, but you get a pack of cards. And you should know what the print run is. You should know, well, not the print run, but how many or in the correlated set, what the inserts are, what the somewhat how hard it is to get some of it. And there's an entertainment value. I love baseball. So for me to get players outside of what my PC is, buying a pack is probably the best way because I'll hit a card and go, oh, I want to hang on to this. I got a Josh Young rookie. I'm going to keep this and put it in my rookie collection. Because, hey, this guy's good. It's fun to watch this kid play. I don't have any connection really to him and might one day sell it. But for right now, it's in my collection, right? And it'll probably stay. I mean, this guy's legit. I mean, I'm either going to sell it or I'm going to miss the window. It's just how it is for me. And that's my major problem is I love the cards. So it's hard for me to sell the Josh Youngs out there, even though because I know he's a great rookie. And if he would have stayed healthy this year, probably would have battled Gunnar Henderson for Rookie of the Year. But, you know, I'm going to hang on to his card because history's made every day. And I can understand buying history. I have a shelf full of real history books, world history, American history, all kinds of history. I was a history major in college. I have Burns, the history of baseball. I have a bookshelf of the history of baseball, memorabilia, history of cards. I have all that stuff. I love looking at vintage. I just can't buy it all, right? Not most people cannot. You chose to buy stuff. I don't know how you chose it because it's the history I know, but that might be where the burnout is from, right? I don't know. I would love to talk to somebody, get clarification on it. And the more and more I talk to vintage guys, I think more and more you have think more things common with modern guys than you understand. We're sitting here telling people all the rarity of stuff. Well, first off, I've talked to people before, especially at the National this year. The rarity issue, I don't understand it. They're there. They're around. You just got to pay for it. At the National, there was Mantles. You just got to pay for it. They were Hank Aaron's. Made me want a Hank Aaron. And I'll almost pulled the trigger and had one purchase, and that would have been a Hank Aaron. And that might be the way I go next year. They're there. All the iconic cards were there. It's just if you had the money or not. That doesn't make them rare. Just makes them old, and it makes some people want them, and the price goes up. Then you start talking about all the different backs and different, portraits and colors on the background. And, I want the rarest of them. And, I can't afford that one, so I got this one. Then it's pop counts. And, the higher the grade, the lower the rarity of the grade is. Wow, it sounds a lot like modern at that point. And, not everyone talks that way, but I hear quite a bit of that stuff. And I think there's a lot more similarities if we look at it than not. And I collect it all. I have a little bit of everything. I only got a couple of pre-war. I got friends point me in the right direction of where I should go and look at things and to get things that are for my. I told them, this is if I want to. I would like to have. I think most collectors like me that are really into this should have certain cards in your collection to represent certain, card manufacturers like Play Ball or T206, certain eras of the game to represent. You don't need a whole collection of them, but, one or two just to represent, right? But I want them to mean something. I just don't want them in my collection because just to say I have one. I have a T206 in that way. And now I'm looking for another one because I like it. And it's my first pre-war. And I think I got a good deal on it. It's not the greatest of it all. It's a Hall of Famer, but I think I want to try to find something that fits more my PC is. But it's just some grumblings going on that I don't. I'm just trying to understand better because I just want to understand. And some of these people I consider acquaintances, friendly. When we see each other, we give the man handshake hug. I some of these people I have in my phone book. Some people I've had on my channel. So if one of these burnout or clarification on vintage, that's not what we meant. Uh, I do want to have some vintage, straight up vintage guys on my channel probably after Thanksgiving to ask some of these questions and have this discussion about this. So if you're one of them, let me know and get my about page or let me know down below. If you're wanting to, if you are burnt out of the hobby, again, let me know on the about page. I will not share your name or anything. Or if you want to have a discussion below with everybody, that too. Tell me I'm stupid or whatever. That's fine as well. I don't have a problem with that. I rather you not get personal, but feel that way. Because it's just just I think we don't need division in a hobby we're supposed to be having fun at. I didn't even know it was there till a couple of years ago because I talked to everybody. I'm the kid in the lunchroom that can sit down with everybody. I'll move tables from day to day within a lunch. I like everyone, man. I just want us all to get along. Group hug at the National. So just some thoughts. Throw them out there. Hope it made sense. Like, share. Welcome to my new subscribers. Sorry if this is your first video you're watching. Again, tomorrow night, Expo Talk with Carlos and Yannick. I think Eric Sanderson the Orr and Maiko, and we'll have a group discussion. I'll throw some of these questions out there too, and have a good time with it. Because I did get my first step to going to the expo next year was to get my passport. That came in the mail actually today. So good to go with that. So that's the first step. First step done. And I heard before it was like 6 to 8 months to get it. I got mine in 4 weeks, if that. So I got that back faster, my passport back faster than a PSA return. Till next time, see ya.